trying to fix something in your house, you need a little advice because you're trying to do it yourself? Well, Joe Reichel might be able to help you. Call up right now. The number is 622-9622. Joe is one of the owners of Damage Control Services. They fix homes that have been severely damaged by tree, by flood, by who knows what else, fire, and of course they help with remodeling even if there is no damage. So if you have a question, whether you need professional help or you're trying to do it yourself, the phone number is 622-9622. Good morning, Joe Reichel. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Doing
good.
Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah, let me get the mic in front of me here.
I think it was me more than you. I just forgot to push the button. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
So have you ever been looking for a red car? You know, when you're looking for a red car, you see all the red cars that are out there.
Okay.
All of a sudden you realize, wow, there's a lot of red cars. Well, all of a sudden, I realized there were a lot of green bicycles. I've been looking for a green bicycle.
There are a lot of green bicycles out there.
You had your bicycle stolen.
Yeah, last week my bike was stolen, and I've noticed a lot of green bikes out there now.
Man, I never knew that I even saw so many bicycles, let alone green ones.
Yeah.
I saw a girl on a green bicycle, and then I went back to your picture, and you have a boy's bicycle.
Right.
So not a girl's bicycle. So that girl was off the hook. Well, that's terrible. Was it locked up? That's a no.
Sadly, no.
No. I can see.
And I learned something else. If you have a bicycle, you really should get the serial number. Write the serial number down.
Oh.
Because yeah, you want to write the serial number down, because if you don't have the serial number, if the thief takes your bike and he decides he's going to pawn it, the pawn shop will check that serial number with the police department.
But in your case, he left the bicycle.
Yeah, he left his bicycle behind.
So you had a better one than him.
Yeah.
So he traded his in.
He traded up.
Did you keep his?
He tried. No, the police took that evidence. What he tried to do was try to take both bikes with him.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
What, you saw surveillance video?
Yeah, there was a video, a pretty blurry picture, but also there was witnesses that saw it, and they were the ones that called. They called the cops, and while I was calling, the cops pulled up. They'd already been called. So.
Oh, wow. So did the people who called first know you? Did they know?
No, they saw a guy that was trying to push a bike and ride a bike. And then they realized that he ditched the bike, so they thought it was quite suspicious. It was suspicious activity, so they called.
Gotcha. Can I ask where it was, or is that something?
It was behind the Marion Theater.
Oh, really?
That's where they saw him. The Diggers Antique Mall saw him.
Right.
Saw him right there. So he ditched his bike in the Marion Theater parking lot, like up on the bank there behind the.
Wow.
Off of First downtown.
So do you ride a bike a lot? Well, right now you don't, unless you have another bike.
I typically enjoy going down to the mountain bike trails at least twice a week.
Really? In Brooksville? In Bellevue?
Down Bellevue, yeah.
Santos. And is that difficult? I hear about it all the time. I've never done it.
Here's the neat thing about our trails here, and this is just a little tidbit, a reason why to love Ocala. If you mention the Santos trails anywhere in any bike shop in the United States, they know exactly where they are.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Our trails right here are world known because of the varying degrees of difficulty and the amount of trails that are there.
Does that mean you could do it if you were like me? I mean, you could have no skills at all?
Yeah, anybody can ride out there.
But there are some trails that need skills.
Yes. There's all different levels of trails out there. So I don't do the hard trails. I stay with the easier trails.
Is this something you've done all your life?
I used to ride several years ago, and then I've just recently taken it back up. But,
got me.
I mean, I've always ridden as a kid.
You motivated me just by watching. I mean, I know it was bad. You got your bike stolen, but made me say, because I used to ride bikes too all the time.
Bikes are fun, and the trails are really cool. And right here, not far from the mall, on the other side of Walmart, is Scott Springs, the park.
I know Scott Springs. Yeah, there's a bike trail there.
They have just opened up some bike trails there.
I didn't know that.
We did a ribbon cutting Saturday for the CEP there,
really?
With the Parks Department, Ocala City Parks Department, and the Ocala Mountain Bike Association was there.
Wow.
So
I have to go back over there. So that it's all changed now, I guess. Because I remember when I first discovered that, I was like, whoa, there's a cave back here.
They're fixing it all up, and they've really made it neat. There's going to be more of a technical course where you can do little jumps and stuff with your mountain bikes, but then there's also a regular trail that you can ride, and there's also a health trail, much like the one at Jervy Gant, that has the fitness stations around it.
Really?
So and that's a walking trail.
Wow, that's kind of cool. I had no idea.
Right here in Ocala.
It's been so long since I've been in there.
See, a lot of people don't realize there's so much to do in Ocala.
Yeah, yes, absolutely true. It's kind of our job to make sure they get to know about it. So you included it in on today's show, which is good.
Speaking of getting to know,
yeah,
June 1st, less than a month away, is hurricane season.
Yes, it is. And there's a system out there right now. Did you hear about that one?
Yes.
They don't think they're not worried about it.
No, but I mean, it's, and they're not really thinking that this year the hurricane season will be very much, but still we really need to be prepared for it. And that's, being proactive and making sure that you know what you're going to do in case of a hurricane. So, do you have your to-go bag ready? Do you have trees that are questionable on your house or even leaning over your property onto your neighbor's home or something like that? It would be very beneficial to take care of those things now rather than wait until,
absolutely, yeah.
Just a couple weeks ago, the situation west of Ocala out there, Oak Run and Palm Cay area, where there was, quite a bit of, 51 homes or something like that damaged?
Yeah, from a tornado.
Yeah. And that's where, a lot of these pop-up tornadoes happen off of hurricanes. So.
You know what's weird about that, though, is that if there's a hurricane, and not an isolated tornado, but a tornado that is an outer part of a hurricane, but the bulk of the damage from the hurricane is elsewhere, FEMA doesn't seem to care about the people who got hurt by that outskirting. This is exactly what happened to Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina missed us, went up the coast, went to and devastated New Orleans.
Right.
But some of the little spin-off tornadoes touched down around here in Dunellen specifically.
Right.
And FEMA was to the rescue, but not to those folks. That was really kind of weird.
And that's where, when storms like that happen, a lot of times they go to where the majority of the devastation is and, not able to cover everything. And that's why it's important to make sure that you're going to be able to sustain yourself for a couple days, with your to-go bag. Make sure that you've got provisions,
right.
Extra food and whatnot, and that's where, when, a hurricane's coming or close to coming, people panic and they start going out and buying stuff at the stores and getting the batteries and the milk and the bread and, ice and all that stuff. But, if you're prepared ahead of time, that's, you're much better off.
Yeah, that is really good advice. I thought of that just the other day for some reason. Something came up. But I was thinking about in 2004, we had a couple of calls at the radio station in 2004 as those two hurricanes were coming close to Ocala. There was 4 that year, but 2 of them really hit here. From people saying, Larry, should I get out of the state? Should I? And I said, if you can, yeah. If I could, I would. I mean, I go to Chattanooga, go to Atlanta, just have a nice time in a hotel and pray for the best.
It's not worth sticking it out.
Yeah. So that bag that you grab on the way out the door, that's the one that you always recommend for us.
That's your to-go bag. You always want to have your to-go bag ready to go.
Yeah.
So you can grab it quickly in the event of an emergency.
All right, the phone lines are open if you want to call Joe. If you have a question about something that you're trying to repair, this is a good time to call. We need to take a little break, but we will be back. If you don't know the phone number, here it is. It's 622-9622. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Plenty of clouds and breezy today with a shower and thunderstorm around. Mainly during the afternoon hours over the interior, though, the high 79 to 83. It'll be mostly cloudy tonight with a shower or thunderstorm, low 63 inland, 70 at the coast. Clouds and some sun tomorrow with a shower or thunderstorm, the high 81 to 85. For Thursday, partly sunny, high 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 a.m.
All right, 12 minutes before 11 o'clock. Joe Reichel is here. Your questions are invited. The number is 622-9622. If you have a do-it-yourself home repair problem or perhaps something bigger than the do-it-yourselfer, call Joe and ask him his advice. The number is 622-9622. You were mentioning termites during the break.
Yeah, and you had mentioned about a do-it-yourselfer. This wasn't really a do-it-yourself. This was a homeowner that had a handyman remodeling a bathroom. And they've got started in there and tearing everything apart and found out that they've got termites that had been in the home and up the walls and into even the trusses of the house.
Oh, my goodness.
There's a considerable amount of structural damage that's going to need to be repaired before they move forward with this. So they've contacted us to go out there and do some investigating to see how much needs repaired and what we can do for them.
And is your job after the termite guy or before the termite guy?
Well, the termites aren't there currently, so
so they've already been eradicated?
Been there and done the damage. So they went in, did a considerable amount of damage, and have left.
Wow.
So we've also been on buildings or projects where there's a lot of damage happening. The termites are active. So, I mean, we live in Florida, and especially this time of the year as we're getting more rain, termites are more and more active at this time of the year. So it's important to have your home treated. If you're going to be buying a house, make sure you get have inspections done, and especially they call it a WDO inspection, wood destroying organism. Make sure you get one of those.
Okay. Do you know what I really think we need to be aware of, I guess, is that we can't do it ourselves. I know they sell do-it-yourself products, and the label will make it seem like, oh, this is all you need. But I really think when it comes to termites, you really need a professional. And I mean, we're not doing a termite infomercial here.
No.
But I really do. I really think the termite guys do it right, and we probably don't.
Well, and that's where a lot of times people, if they're just doing a little, like an addition on the home. A lot of times people, if you're doing it and you're not getting inspected, and that's where a lot of times people think they can just do a project and they don't have to worry about it or something like that. But these are areas where if you don't get the soil treated properly underneath, that's where termites can come in. If it's a slab or if it's a wood frame home, I mean, termites can come in at anywhere. They can come up to the building and climb right up the wall and eat their way right on in. So, whatever your home, you want to make sure that you are having it treated. Just because, this situation, going in there, they were doing a little bathroom remodel, a couple $1,000s.
And that's how they found it?
And they were tearing apart the shower, and behind the shower is all termite.
Oh,
It's just the walls are gone. So, this is the exterior stud wall, framed wall. So, as they, we're not sure the extent of the damage yet, but it could be, quite a bit of the house has to be replaced. We've had projects where, we're replacing siding and we end up having to do whole walls of new studs because of termite damage in them.
Oh, wow.
We've had that happen on several homes, so.
Is there a lot of that?
Well, there's a lot of termites in Florida.
Do you have a lot of calls for termite damage?
We've got a considerable amount.
You do have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Joe Reichel.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Say, termites, speaking of termites, not very often, but every once in a while, you'll see a house what they call it's tented. It's completely wrapped.
Yes.
And they're fumigating. Is that for termites or other pests?
Could be for any type of pests of any sort, but typically that is a termite. They do that for termites. They tent for termites.
Is that would be besides like putting that rod in the ground around the house? I guess that's called Terminex. It seems to be a pretty good product. I've been with that for quite a few years now. I never had a problem. But usually, if you think of termites, they come from the outside, right?
Yes. Yeah, they'll come. They'll come, from the outside in. So, a house like that, typically those are your older homes that they have to tent, and typically they are the wood frame structures, and that's why they're having to tent them like that and treat the whole thing.
Yeah, you know how long that process would take? A couple of days or a week or so?
To tent a house?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it depends on the size of the home, but usually a couple days they're in and out and all done. So.
What do they go on? They go in there with like a spray or with smoke, or how's that done?
I'm not real familiar with it, but I know I believe it is a fog that they put in there in order to treat everything.
Yeah.
In order to get it to go, it's inside and outside.
Effective, but I would imagine it's probably expensive, huh?
Well, it's not cheap, and that's where it's very important to make sure that you have everything done. You're way better off if you have the monthly service done, and that way you're maintaining rather than having to fix it after the fact.
Yeah, exactly. I know coming from up north where I lived most of my life, it wasn't termites so much, but it was carpenter ants. And let me tell you, they can do a number on a house, too. They're just like little sawmills,
Yep. And that's where, a lot of times, too, we've got the carpenter ants down here as well. So they will get in anywhere you have rotten wood, and typically where there's moisture, same areas where termites get in, and they'll cause just as much damage. So that's why it's important to have your overhanging trees cut back. If you've got anything as far as keeping your gutters cleaned out, because that rotten wood and moisture, that's where they hang out at.
Yes, I know it's a big problem, and I've got the yearly service here. They come and check me, and every 5 years I get the rods in the ground, I think the Terminex they call it, and so far since I've been down here in Florida, I'm going on 20 years, pretty close. No problem, but you don't want to have a problem, I guess.
No, you don't. That's where there's several different companies, different products that they have for those treatments, and a lot of times they have even the ones where they go around, they inject the poison into your home and around it, so you don't have those canisters like you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, thanks a lot.
Excellent. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, at my son's house, you see in the concrete all these little, like, quarter-inch holes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's where they put them in.
Yep, they're about half-inch holes that they will drill, and they put the treatment right in, and then put a sealant over that. So
earlier on the gardening show, there was the people who put up the tiki huts, and he was saying they drill holes in the concrete when they're putting a tiki hut on concrete. Mm-hmm. So the posts, I guess, that hold it up actually go through the concrete.
Right.
How come I sound hollow over here? Do you sound hollow in your headset?
A little hollow.
A little hollow.
Hollow.
Maybe it's a hollow day. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
It's taco day. Have a taco.
It is. I'd rather a margarita.
Oh, you'd rather the margarita to wash the taco down.
Right.
Or just skip the whole taco and just get the margarita.
Yeah, sure. I like tacos.
So do businesses do the same thing? Like, would we need to worry about it here? This is mostly. Well, let's see. You guys built this studio without any wood.
Would you need to worry about termites here?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like it. It's all concrete and steel, right?
A lot of time. Well, there is wood in here. You could have termites here, typically, and that's where they will have treatment done for the outside of the property to keep them from coming in. So
could you let's say you were fixing my home, and I said, you know what, replace those wood beams with steel beams. Would that be an option, or no?
It depends where these wood beams are.
Like the one you're working on right now, the bathroom that had all the termites?
Probably that wouldn't be the best option.
Because?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about trusses or studs in a wall, yes, you could fix those. But
okay.
It really depends. If you're talking about the roof trusses.
Oh, they have to be wood.
So they don't have to be, but you'd have to take the entire roof off in order to replace it with the metal.
Right.
So it really depends on what is damaged and the extent of it, how much needs to come apart, and that's same with a disaster. Tree falls on a home. It really depends how much damage there is as far as how much we have to take off before we can put it all back.
So when I see you, I can ask you for a magnetic business card to put on my refrigerator.
You sure can. I typically have them with me.
And I have two, so I'm not asking you. But if somebody else were to ask for one, how do we tell them? How do they get one of those things?
Well, they can get one from me.
Right.
I can get it for them. You can call me 817-6574, or you can email me, joe@damageflorida.com, and I could get you one.
Because here's the scenario I imagine. Here's a hurricane coming. You've got your emergency bag. Mm-hmm. You're heading up to Atlanta and praying for the best. Take with you that card that's been on the refrigerator for however long it's been there. In the event that something happens that you don't want to happen, at least you have somebody who can come fix it.
And here's something, too. We've got clients, particularly commercial clients, that they've got a contract with us, and we will come out and install the shutters, the hurricane shutters, for them with a 24-hour advance notice.
Really?
And then come out and take them back down after the storm passes. So that's a service that we offer even to homeowners. If this is something that they would like to have done, we can set up to do that for them.
That's a wonderful service.
Yep.
Wow. So just call you. What's your number?
352-817-6574. That's my direct line. Or email me, joe@damageflorida.com.
Good stuff. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. ISIS claims responsibility for an attack in Texas. Turns out the FBI has had its eye on one of the gunmen in the shooting.